Rabotai. We are in our last Thursday night shiur. Amazing crowd time. Last Thursday night shiur of the year 5778, Tafshinai Hayt. And that means that all you guys over here get the sahar. You guys who came. You guys get the sahar of all the people of the whole year. You who came at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is the last one. I call that the fire sof. Everything goes after the end. Everything goes after the khotam. You know what a khotam is, everybody? The seal. And usually we give a Shara Gilgulim shiur tonight. Reincarnations. But tonight we're going to talk Rosh Hashana according to the Kabbalah. According to the Ari HaKadosh. I don't know if using the word Kabbalah. People have taken that word and misconstrued it, misused it. When I walk to yeshiva to teach in the morning, Manachai, see, and the Queen's Boulevard, Kabbalah Center.
Oh, that one there?
Yeah. We're not connected to those guys. Those guys are Erev. We're connected to the truth. No mysticism, schmysticism. Our purpose in learning this is to connect to Hashem on a deeper level. The Midrash says when a person passes away, they're going to ask you, Amar Bishmael, when a person passes away, they're going to ask you, did you learn Chumash? You're going to say, yes. Every week I came to shul, I heard the Sefer Torah. He said, then you heard Sefer Torah. The nice Chumashim. Check. You learn Nevi'im, prophets. Already people are going to be like this. Nevi'im. What's Nevi'im? Ketuvim? Oh yeah, I read Tehillim once in my life. Okay, I'll give you Ketuvim. Mishnah, you learned? Mishnah. Never heard of it. Never met him. Is that a guy? Is that a rabbi? Gemara? Gemara is only for people inside the yeshivot. Let's say you're going to say yes. Yes to everything. At the end, Hashem is going to ask you, did you try to see how my chair looks in Shammai? When I throw a thunder, what is this thunder made out of? Did you try to look at my beauty? Did you learn the secrets of the Torah? Ma'aseh Merkava. And if you say no, they send you back down here. Wow. Until you finish learning all 4 parts of the Torah. Rabbi Yehuda Ptai says, Al tifke laolech. Sometimes tzaddik passes away, people cry, why this guy passed away? Rabbi Yehuda says, don't cry for him. He could come back tomorrow. 2 people come back in a Gilgul right away. One guy who never got married. This guy, Rav Tzion Bracha used to say, don't even sit on him Shiva. You have to, but Fiasod. Because this guy tomorrow is coming back in a Gilgul.
No suffering up there? No nothing?
The Gilgul is the greatest suffering. Gilgul,
like the whole year?
Yeah, no, nothing. He comes straight back. Because you have to know, to come back as a Gilgul is worse than Gehenom. It's worse than Gehenom. Could you imagine you're born, you have to suffer going to school, waking up, making in your pants, diapers, schmipers, finding a wife, living with her, having kids, marrying them off. Yeah, there are some nice moments.
Getting sick and die.
Then the people, person has to know that we are in this world, we are in this world, we have a purpose. What is our purpose? You know what our purpose is?
Purpose.
Ariel, what's our purpose? As a man. Pruru. Animals also do pruru.
To learn Torah, to
produce. To produce Torah. You gotta produce Torah. How do you do that? When you send your children to yeshiva. When you come to a shiur Torah. When you tell other people about the Shiur Torah, you're fixing yourself. But when you come to a Shiur Torah about the secrets of the Torah, Rabbi Yehuda Ptaya says you do in 1 hour what a person learns Gemara does in 1 year. What you're doing right now by learning the secrets of the Torah, you know what kind of, how you tip the scales? And I don't know about you guys, this month of Elul for me was total tardema.
What does that mean?
What?
My soul was totally asleep. I couldn't.
If you
Hashem put me to sleep, a spiritual sleep. We call it in Kabbalistic vernacular durmita. We were in durmita. It was hard. It was the nisyonot, the test that Hashem sent. And this Chodesh Elul were tough. A lot of tests this month.
definitely.
A lot of tests. I never felt like this kind of Elul in my life. So many times I went to Slichot. So many Tehillims I finished. So many graves of Tzaddikim I went that I never read before in my life. Still, this was one of my toughest Eluls.
Why happened?
You know why? That only means one thing. This Rosh Hashanah is a very crucial Rosh Hashanah. This Rosh Hashanah, y'all take it easy.
Yeah.
This Rosh Hashanah, I'm telling you, I feel it. It's a very serious Rosh Hashanah because how many days are there from Elul, Rosh Chodesh Elul until Yom Kippur? How many days? 40 days. How many se'ah, the measurements, are there in a mikvah?
40.
How many se'ah? 40. Every day from Elul until Yom Kippur is one se'ah inside the mikveh. One se'ah. The 40 days is like the 40 se'ah in the mikveh. Se'ah is a measurement. Like let's say a gallon. Let's say 40 gallons. Let's say it's not, but let's say. You miss one se'ah, what happens to the mikveh?
Pasul.
Pasul. You miss one se'ah. How many se'ot have we missed? Lots and lots. But we have 3 days left until Rosh Hashanah. 3 days left we have. That's it. Today, Friday, Saturday.
Sunday.
I'm sorry. Today is Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's it.
So we only have 1 day left.
Thursday night is really Friday.
2 days left to step up.
already.
Yeah.
2 days to step up.
That's it. The year is over. Tichle shana v'kileloteha. May the year and all its bad news finish. That's it. We want a new year. We want a fresh start. But you have to take something upon yourself. You gotta take something upon yourself. What do you have to take upon yourself? First things first, tzitzit. You have to wear tzitzit. If you don't wear tzitzit, you don't have an or makif. Or makif, just like you have a neshama inside of you,
Spiritual clothes.
you also have a neshama surrounding you. If you don't wear tzitzit, you're missing your or makif. Why do we give a guy a talit on the day that he gets married? In the book of Yeshaya, Isaiah, it says, Nekeva tesovev gaver. A woman surrounds a man. The Gemara says, a woman is a man's wall. A woman surrounds a man. It's like the guy is the people in the city, and the walls of the city is the women, it's the female.
Okay.
That's like our talit. You understand? And our talit is our or makif. We also give her something. What do we give her? A ring. Why a ring? We also give her a or makif. Because the ring surrounds her finger. And what does she buy for us? A talit. Talit surrounds our body. So see, there are secrets into everything we do on the wedding day. Secrets. Now, on Rosh Hashanah, today we're going to discuss briefly Kavanot Bezrat Hashem that you could use, Kavanah that everybody here could use. So you could have a certain idea what's going on from Rosh Hashanah until the end of Sukkot. Because it's all really one big holiday. It's really all one big holiday. From the beginning of Rosh Hashanah until the end of Sukkot. You know, we have an English principal in our school. So when he sees the schedule for the yeshiva, next week we have 2 days off. The week after, another 2 days off. The week after that, you have 8 days off. He's like, what kind of Jewish holiday is this? Holiday. How many holidays? But it's not really, it's all really one holiday. You just don't know it. I'm going to teach you why. Shlomo HaMelech said, Semolo tachat leroshi v'yemino techabkeni. When you hug somebody, you put your left hand in the back of their head, and the right hand goes around their body. That's the whole secret of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot. Hashem is coming to hug us. On Rosh Hashanah, He hugs us with His left hand, with His hand behind our heads, and on Sukkot, He hugs us with His right hand. What's the difference? This is the difference. We have something called all the world is run by something called chasadim. And then we have something called gvurot. What is chasadim? Chasadim comes from the word chesed. What's chesed? To give, kindness, love, water, man. Chesed comes from the yamin, from the right. From the yamin. Comes from the right side. That's chesed, yamin. It's ahava, it's love, ahava. However, gevurot, you know what comes from gevurot? You put your hand into your pocket to get your keys, and out came out your wallet. You know where that came from? From gevurot. You went, sometimes you walk in your house and suddenly, bam, you hit it at the edge of the table. That comes from the gevurot. Suddenly some person has a problem in his life. You know where it comes from? The gevurot. All comes from the gevurot. The gevurot. Gevurot is strength, judgment. Semol. It's the left, it's the judge. Semol. And also fear of Hashem. How do you say fear in Hebrew? Yira'ah. Yira'at shamayim. Yira'ah. When a person has Yira'at shamayim, he's stopping the gevurot, the bad gevurot, from coming down. Now, our whole job on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Now, in your body, you also have chasadim and gevurot. How? The chesed in your body is all the white in your body. Lavan, the loven, the white of your eye, your bones, your zera. All that is the white in your body. Understand? Everything white in your body is your personal chasadim, your loven. Lavan, from the word lavan, white. Anything that's red in your body, red. Anything that's red in your body, what's red in your body? The main thing? Blood. Your blood. Your eyes, the dark part of your eyes. Your hair, the darkness. It all comes from the gevurah. So the adom, the red in your body, the odem. Where do you get the white in your body from? The Gemara Masechet Nida says, you get it from your father. Where do you get the odem, the red in your body from, Ariel? Where do you get it from? The red in your body, your blood, your mother. The white, your bones, you get from your father. The red, you get from your mother. Where do these come from, though? Comes from your brain. Which part of your brain? The da'at. Yes, the corpus callosum. Fancy. It comes from your da'at. You know what da'at is? Your brain has two big parts, the right and left hemisphere. Then you have a part over there that connects the two. Connects them. That's called the da'at.
Da'at is knowledge.
Yeah. That's your da'at. In your head, your da'at. That's where these two come from. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. What did Adam Harishon's sin was? Where did he eat from? Etz Hadat.
Whoa.
Etz Hadat, what does the Torah call it? Tov Vera. What's Tov Vera?
Bad.
Good and bad. Good is another word for Chasadim. Tov. Why? When a person has a lot of parnasa, a lot of shefa, what is his life? What is it?
Oh.
It's tov. But when a person has hardship in his life, what do we call it? Ra. Bad. But it's really good because you need both in your body. Could you live without blood? No. Could you live without bones? No. You need it together. Do you have to fear Hashem? Yes. Do you also have to love Hashem? Yes. You need both. But Adam Harishon ate from the Etz Hadat, from the Tovara. When did he eat from it? On which day of creation?
On Friday.
On Friday, which is the first day of Rosh Hashana.
He was supposed to eat on Saturday.
And he was supposed to eat it on the Saturday, which was the seventh day, which is what we call the second day of Rosh Hashanah. Are you with me? So, Adam Harishon, our man Adam, the first man, Adam, comes along, Adam, and he eats from the Etz Hadat. When does he eat from it? On Rosh Hashana. That was a Friday. It was Yom Shishi. Yom Shishi it was. He eats from the Etz Hadat on Yom Shishi. He makes a very big problem. Do you know what Adam Harishon's sin was, Ariel? I'm going to tell you what his sin was.
He mixed the two?
Really, really. The Gvurot have another name also. Another name. What's it called? Ish. Fire. On Yom Kippur, we fast. Why do we fast? Because when you're fast, your body turns what? Hot. It's on fire. Because it's Gvurot that day. On Sukkot, we have water libations. Water is Mayim. Mayim is Chasadim. What happens is, before Hashem sends the Gvurot, guys, down, before he sends the Gvurot, he has to make way for it. So what happens? First, when Hashem brings down the Shefa, first he brings down the Chesed, the Chasadim. And only then does he bring down the Gvurot. Okay? Did you guys get what I said? When Hashem brings down the Chasadim and Gvurot in the world, first he brings down the Chasadim, which is the water. The water makes the soil, the world, susceptible. Why? Because then when the Gvurah comes down, it doesn't burn everything.
So I suppose before.
What happened? Adam Harishon said no. Adam Harishon knew what he was doing. He said, I disagree with Hashem. I disagree with him. Before the Chesed comes down, first the Gevurah has to come down. Why? Because to serve Hashem, he said, without a desire, ta'ava, there's no ta'am to it. If you don't have a desire to serve Hashem, what's the ta'am? It's like you're a robot. The only way you could have a desire to serve Hashem, said Adam, is if you have a nisayon. What's a nisayon?
Test.
A test. To have the test, first you need to go through the Gvurah. And then you could have the Chasadim. So Adam Marishon, by eating from the Etz Hadat, he switched the order. He switched the order. He did Gevurah first, and he did Chasadim second. Up until now, you guys understood? I already understood all this? You're not paying attention, that's why. This is quantum physics over here. Did you understand it until now? What Adam Harishon's sin was? In one sentence, he brought the Gevurot down before the Chasadim. What did he do by doing that? He turned the world dark.
He did Avirah.
Yeah, by doing that, he made the world dark. He made a big Avera. Why did he make the world dark? That day, that week, the first week, that Shabbat, he did the sin when? On Yom Shishi. Yom Shishi, right? That next day would be what? Yom HaShabbat. If Adam wouldn't have sinned, and he would have done everything, Kat Palojana, I said it right? Yeah, Kat Palojana. If he would have done that, on Yom HaShabbat would have been Yom HaZivug. Zivug is connection. When the Chesed and the Gvura meet and they combine. Every Shabbat it would have been like that. But since he sinned, he caused the Zivug not to happen until Simchat Torah. Why? Now that he sinned, everything has to happen slowly. What happens? Now I'm going to teach you. This is very deep stuff, guys. Now I'm going to teach you what happens. We are made in the image of two systems, two partsufim. We call them Zun. Zun, Za Benok. How are we made in their image? Za is a system with 10 sefirot. Let's say, Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, Da'at, Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. Then there is another system called the Nok. This is the Chasadim. Let's call this Chasadim. Then there is another system of the Gvurot, the judgments. Also have 10 sefirot. Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, Da'at, Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. Remember the Gemara says, was Adam and Chava born back to back? Or were they born separate? Did Hashem take her from the rib? Did Hashem take her from the rib mamash? Or they were born already back to back? And then Hashem separated them from the rib. Remember there's a machloken in the Gemara like that? What? Forget about her. Yeah, forget it. Of course that's true. Hashem sent her to Letehoma Rabbah. Yeah, no. She was his wife before he had the breath of life inside of him. Before he had the breath of life, Hashem made Adam. He was like a golem. You know what a golem is?
Inanimate.
He was inanimate. And she was the first wife. I don't want to say her name. She was already waiting for him. She was created, already ready for him. And she wanted to do zivug with him before he had a neshama.
She had a desire already?
Yeah, she's the Satan. What are you talking? So Hashem sent her away. She comes back afterwards when he gets a divorce from Chava. Remember? For 130 years, she comes back.
She still likes it.
Yeah. I don't know about it. Let's not talk about her too much. We don't want to get a visit from her. So, yeah, let's forget about her right now. Okay? So, Adam and Chava were created according to the Ari. It was back to back. Yeah, they were like Siamese twins. Siamese twins. That means, imagine that this Keter and her Keter, they're connected. Chokhmah and Chokhmah are connected. Bina with Bina. Dad with Dad. Chesed with Chesed. Gevurah with Gevurah. Tiferet with Tiferet. Netzach with Netzach. Hod with Hod. Yesod with Yesod. Malchut. It's all connected. Like back to back. Right?
This is Chava.
Yeah. When Hashem wanted to bring Chava to Adam, he made surgery. Surgery. What did he do? He put Adam to sleep. And then he took a shofar. No, I'm kidding. He took a special, whatever Hashem used, and he cut in between them. In between them, he cut. He cut between the keters, the chokhmas. He made them two separate people. That was when? On Rosh Hashana.
First night.
The first day. Now this happens every single year. It doesn't just happen once in the beginning, Ariel. It happens every single year. That's why Rosh Hashanah is a big day to pray for Zivug. It happens every single year. But since Adam ate from the Etz Hada'at, now instead of taking 1 day fast, chik-chak, it takes how many days? How many sfirot are there? Over here, how many? 1, 2, 3, how many? 10. That's the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah. What happens in Aseret Yemei Teshuvah? I'm going to teach you. On the first day of Rosh Hashanah, the Keter gets separated. On the second day of Rosh Hashanah, the Chokhmah gets separated. On the third day, which is Tzom Gedalia, the Binah gets separated. It takes 10 days to separate them. When do we do that? This is very important. You have to make this kavanah. When you say, Zochreinu Lechaim. You take a sidur after you say Baruch Hashem HaMelech HaKadosh, we say, right? Then we say right after Zochreinu Lechaim. Count how many words there are in Zochreinu Lechaim. You're going to get exactly 11 words. Why 11? Count how many there are here. There's 10 with the dot. You have 11. What kavanah you're supposed to have, guys? Let's write it out for you.
Where's the Zochreinu again?
Right after HaMelech HaKadosh. Zochreinu Lechaim. Melech Chafetz B'chaim. Kotveinu B'sefer Chaim Lema'anach Elokim Chaim. How many words we have over here? Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 words. Why? When you say Zochreinu, you have to have kavanah to separate the keter. When you say L'chaim, you have to have kavanah to separate the chokhmah. When you say Melech, you have to have kavanah to separate the binah. Rabotai. Even a third grader could have this kavanah. Even a third grader. If you're here listening to this, that means Hashem wants you to do this kavanah. When you say chafetz, you have to have kavanah to separate the da'at. B'chaim chesed. Kotveinu givura. B'sefer tiferet. Chaim netzach. למענה חוד, אלוקים יסוד, חיים מלכות. Did you get it? You still saw it. So you gotta do it.
So what?
You gotta do it. This is the real Torah right here. It's only too deep if you make it deep.
But it's 11 words.
Yes, with the dot. With a dot. There's 10 sfirot with the dot, it's 11. You have to have kavanah to make a nesira, a separation between the 10 sefirot plus dot.
So then Hayim is
Zochreinu is keter. L'chaim chokhmah. Melech is bina. Chafetz da'at. B'chaim chesed. Kotveinu gvura. B'sefer tiferet. Chaim netzach. Lema'ana hod. Elokim yesod. Chaim malchut.
and then you do the
So you do that twice.
You do it once. Just have kavanah to separate the keter of that day. Okay? Did you guys get this kavanah? Did you guys get this? How many days you have to have this kavanah for?
10 days.
Exactly. Starting from what day?
First day after.
The first day. No, starting from the first day of Rosh Hashanah. We already say Zochreinu L'chaim on the first day of Rosh Hashanah.
All 10 days.
Yes. Can I get some water, please?
Salsa. I can hear water and the salsa.
Now, Rabotai, I want to teach you guys. The Ari says, Tzadikim, whoever gets judged on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, oy va'avoy. Tzadikim get judged to goodness. Rishaim get judged, I don't want to say,
Okay, still time to
if they have time. Person who gets judged on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, it's din kashek. Okay? Let me write it down for you. You guys got this? More or less?
We have a video, don't worry.
You have Facebook and YouTube, by the way. I want to tell you guys. There are 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. The first day of Rosh Hashanah, first day is called Din Kasher. Din Kasher. Strict judgment. The second day of Rosh Hashanah, the second day of Rosh Hashanah is called Din Rafeh. What does Din Rafeh mean?
Healing?
The Din Rafeh means mellow judgment. You have to pray to Hashem that He's going to judge you on which day? On the second day. Not. Now somebody sent a text message out saying, Akaz v'tzad, the Jews are judged on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, and the Goyim are judged on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. I don't know from what book or from what hole this chidush came out of, but it's definitely not true. The Jews are judged, if you're lucky, on the second day. If you're not lucky, on the first day. And you have a chance to make an appeal until when?
The 10th day.
Yom Kippurim, the 10th day. Okay? How? Parnasa, tzedakah, for example. I know kollel guys, and these days of this Elul, they give money that they don't have to tzedakah. Tzedakah, you know what tzedakah is? To give tzedakah. Especially when you're supporting Talmidei Chachamim, tzedakah is it's a way to, it's like Hashem doesn't accept bribes, but when He sees that you give tzedakah, He's so happy. Tzedakah tatzil mimavet. But anyways, you have to pray to Hashem that you get judged on the second day and not on the first day. Why? Let me explain to you. On the first day of Rosh Hashanah, the Sfirah that gets separated is the Sfirah called Keter. Okay? Keter. When Hashem separates them, the gvurot go down into the left. Like I said, Simolo tachat leroshi. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is all about the left. The gvura goes into the left, from the za to the nok. Since it comes down fast, without being sweetened first, it doesn't get sweetened. So therefore, whoever gets judged on the first day of Hashana gets judged with din, which is givurah, that wasn't sweetened, which is tough. But if you get judged in the second day of Rosh Hashanah, what gets separated on the second day? The sphira of Chokhmah.
And
That's much afterward. That's after Tzom Gedalia. Chokhmah. Now, between Keter and Chokhmah, what do we do on the first day of Rosh Hashanah? We blow the shofar. What is the shofar coming to do, guys?
separate?
Sweeten the judgment. That's what it's coming to do. Why? When you hold that shofar in your hands, you're holding the source of all the judgment of the world. And the only way to truly sweeten the judgment is to take the deen and bring it back to its roots. Because we have a saying in Judaism, Ein hadinim mitmatkin ela b'shorshan. The deen doesn't get sweetened only at its source. Now here's another thing the shofar does, guys. That's why during the shofar you have to be very quiet. You have to be very quiet during the shofar. You don't miss even one blast. Remember I said Hashem made Adam HaRishon go to sleep? Right? On Rosh Hashanah, the worlds are asleep.
All the world.
Yes. When do they wake up? When we blow the shofar. Unbelievable. You know, a Jew that doesn't hear the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, his whole year, his mazal is asleep. If you don't hear the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, the whole year your mazal and kiddusha is asleep.
You talking about both days or stuff?
If you didn't hear it in either,
I just want
at least one he has to hear. That's why this year, guys, I want to tell you, if you know people that are going to work on Rosh Hashanah, if you know people, now women don't have to hear the shofar unless they heard it 3 years in a row. Then they have to hear it unless they have an accident, then they can't come. But if you know men that go to work on Rosh Hashanah or they're too sick to come to shul, we're not those kind of Jews that you go to work on Rosh Hashanah, let's, blow the house down. No. We're going to go to them and we're going to blow the shofar for them. If you know, not at work, but if you know somebody who doesn't hear the shofar, come. After we blow the shofar during the day, we're going to go to them, we're going to blow the shofar for them. Why? We don't want any Jew's mazal to be asleep. Because if one Jew's mazal is asleep, what does that do to you? It makes your mazal asleep. You have to prepare for this, guys. Now, what do you have to have kavanah when the chazan blows the shofar? Is there any kavanah?
Of course.
You see, the shofar is din. It's judgment. The Satan was made out of din. You know why the Satan gets confused when he hears the shofar? Because all year that shofar works in his favor. Because what's the number one way that Satan makes you fall? He gives you bad stuff in your life. So why should I keep the Torah? What is that? He sends you givurot. That's his body. He's made from givurah. He sends you givurot. So your life is tough now. Right? So, but on Rosh Hashanah, Hashem takes his own weapon and uses it against him. That's why he gets confused. How could my best weapon, my atomic bomb, be used against me? That's why he gets confused. But we do it on purpose. Do you know you have the power on Rosh Hashanah to make your Yetzer Hara into a tzaddik? You could take your Satan and bring it into the shofar. You could bring him into the shofar. How do you do that? How do you do that? I'm gonna teach you guys one more kavanah, and then we're gonna say Laila Tov. You wanna end up in a good way. Guys, there is something else that's open during these 40 days until Yom Kippur. They're called the Yag Midot of Rachamim.
13 attributes.
Exactly. Amonai, Ke Ke. Now there is one of the attributes. I'm going to teach you a kavanah. You could do this anytime, any day. Especially during these days. If you do this kavanah, you're basically, when your Satan is really working a good storm up against you, let's say your Yetzer Hara is working overtime. You do this kavanah, bam, you put him to sleep for 5 minutes. Like you neutralize him for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's like one of those to put the animals to sleep. They use those tranquilizers. There you go, shkoya. This is like a tranquilizer. This kavanah. There's one of the attributes. It's called Notzer Chesed. Notzer Chesed. When you say Notzer Chesed, you have to think of Hashem's name b'milui Yudin. Ab, it's called. You have Hashem's name Yud, K, Vav, and then K, right? How do I spell Yud? Yud, Vav, Dalet, right? How do I spell Hey? Hey. What is that last letter over there? Hey. So Yud. Vav, Yud, Vav. The last K. This is really a Hey. I just don't want to write Hashem's name.
Yeah.
How much is Yud and Vav Dal? It's 20. How much is 15? 12 plus 10 is 22. Another 15. How much you get altogether? 72. Ayin Bet. What else is 72? Notzer Chesed, I said, right? Chet is how much? 8. Samech is how much? 60. How much is Dalet? 4. 68 plus 4 is how much? 72. So when you say Notzer Chesed, when you do Ve'avor, Notzer Chesed, you have to think of what name of Hashem? In this way. Yud Kei Vav Kei spelled out like this. Yud Vav Dalet, Hey, then Yud, then Vav, then Yud Vav, then Hey.
They don't have to say that.
Of course they do.
That's the kavanah for Shema Amitah, the one you gave it.
Yeah. But this is something else over here.
But
This comes from a different place.
spread
This
out.
Ab comes from a different place.
The same idea to spread out the name.
And then this name, this Chesed, it has to sweeten the root of the Satan.
It makes much more sense these Sidurim now that you explained it.
Yeah.
Just letters like that.
Yeah. This Yud Kei Vav Kei sweetens the names of the Satan, that from there comes all the judgment. Which names? Amonai, Aleph, then Dalet, then Nun, then Yud. Why? What do you have over here? Din. And the name Elokim. Okay? Amonai, Elokim. Yes. If you take Amonai, it's going to be 65. If you take Elokim, it's going to be 86. 86 plus 65 equals?
86,
Yeah, 86 plus 65. It should be 151. 151. What's mikveh? 151. What's the shofar? It's a mikveh. 151. There is another name of that the Satan sucks from it. It's Shem Kana. Kana.
I never heard.
If you take the name of God called Ekye, Aleph, K, Yud,
Okay.
K, and you spell it out, you get Aleph, again K, then Yod, then K. Aleph is how much? 1. 31 plus 80 is how much?
32.
31 plus 80. 111. Hey is 15. Yod is 20. Hey is 15. How much altogether? 151. 151. When you say Notzer Chesed and when you say La'alafim, you see the alafim over there? You have to have kavanah that the chesed comes from this name of Hashem and it sweetens the judgments of Amonai, Elokim, and Shem, Aleph, K, Yod, K.
They're not saying the that's chesed.
What? You see this?
Okay.
You see this?
Ah.
Okay. And then after you have this judgment, you have this kavanah, you have to think in your mind that Hashem takes all your Yetzer Hara and throws it deep inside the water.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? Throws it deep inside the water, very deep. You have to have a very good imagination. It goes deep inside the water. When do we throw the Satan deep inside the water? Which day of Rosh Hashana? First day. What do? We go to the water, and what do we do in the water? What do we read? Tashlich. Do you know what tashlich is? It's this kavanah, this.
151?
Yes, this 72 and this 151.
To the water, right?
Yeah, you gotta do this by the water. This is the whole point. People go, they throw bread, like they're feeding the fish over there. They go like this, like that. This is the real kavanah, and you could do this anytime, any day. In the night, in the morning, before you go to sleep.
You have to do this.
Yeah, you gotta think it in your head.
That's why we open the water.
Yes. This is it. This is the kavanah. And if you do this, you tranquilize the Satan.
How come we don't say by a word when we do the
What?
tashlich?
We do say it. We say mi el kamocha, which is the same thing. That is v'tashlich b'mitzilot yam. We throw into the water kol chatotam. All of our sins. This is this kavanah. If you do this kavanah, Rabotai, you have a bomb against the Satan. A bomb. This is the main kavanah, Rabotai. This is the kavanah you have to have all the time. This kavanah. If you have this kavanah, all the carry that you had in your life, Chas Shalom, you did Zer Levatala, all this stuff, this cleans it up. That says the Ari. This cleans it up. Show them inside the Siddur. Show them both afterwards, okay? It is deep. Listen, that's why we're here, to learn the deep stuff. No, I don't think it's very deep. But guys, I want to say that we didn't even touch the surface of Rosh Hashanah. I mean, we just said two kavanot. The Nesira and Zochreinu L'chaim. We said what a shofar is, basically in the mamash, like touching the katzeh of the katzeh of the katzeh. And I gave you one yichud to do. This is a very simple yichud. You could do this while you're walking outside. While you're cutting hair, you could do this yichud. I'm serious. You're driving in the car, you're on the red light. Do this yichud. That's it. You think in their mind, that's it.
You say so simple, that's so much.
I know it's hard to do. You get used to it. If you do this, Rabotai, it's a tikkun for your Zer Levatala.
So you only make this yuhud only whenever...
The Satan he's making you feel,
No, I'm saying... Because you said we have to say this...
You don't actually have to say it.
Just think about
You could even think about it.
the actual lettering or the actual...
No, you have to think of the letters. But you have to know... Yeah, you have to know where it comes from. That's why I was teaching you today where it comes from. It comes from the Yag Midot of Rachamim.
Okay.
And if you do this kavanah, you have the power to tranquilize the Satan. And to save your nitzatzot of your carry. Okay? In Bezot Hashem Yitbarach, may we all have a very sweet year. And I want to say a very big thank you to our cameraman over here. I know that it's not easy to come. Sometimes you don't want to come, this and that, but you're doing a very big mitzvah. All those people who hear this Shur Torah, just because of you, you should know that. Hashem should see what you're doing, and He may pay you back. He should pay you back in this world and in the next world, and He should, that Hashem, you should find your zivug, and you should be makim bait ne'am b'yisrael, shalom bait, and children Bezrat Hashem, and there should be always hatzlacha in your life, and may you be big bal tzedakah Bezrat Hashem, a lot of parnasah, and may you have a lot of hatzlachot, and everyone over here who came, like I said, this is the last year of the year, so you guys get the sachar of everybody who usually come, and there are a lot of people who come. Sometimes we have like 7, 8 guys, and nobody showed up. Barely people showed up today, and you guys showed up on the last Thursday night shiur, it's a very big zechut for you. And Thursday night, which is really Friday, is the Yesod. And today is the third day of creation. And the third day of creation, Hashem said twice, Kitov. So may you guys have twice Kitov in your life. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen v'amen.